Mike, it's good to see you. The regular season is over. How do you feel?
It was it's a tough season for gambling and watching sports with a child. You don't know when you can watch sports. You don't know when you can gamble and study. So it's been a tougher year. I'm excited to move into the playoffs. I feel like less games to watch, more studying, maybe win a little bit more money. But overall, I feel like for our teams, disappointing, didn't make the playoffs. Your team's falling apart. It's over.
Yeah, my team, the Dolphins, fell apart.
Yeah.
Fantasy, no money made. I don't have the excuse that you have that I'm blaming it on a 7-month-old. I am
Yeah.
moving. That's an excuse, but yours seems to be stronger. You're blaming
Well,
the 7-month-old. So
you moved towards the end of the season, so I wouldn't even factor that in towards the whole season.
I've been homeless since July, since the Olympics, to be fair.
It's true. It's true. I do want to say, I think overall, I have proven I am better at fantasy than you. I have scored all 3 of my fantasy leagues. Second place, second place, second place, every single league.
Who is you in this equation? You is
Me.
the AI model that you built and have outputted to control all of your teams. You are not actively managing any of them. Mike, I roster bait late at night. I stare at my
You
fantasy
roster bait.
app.
You just jerk off to your team.
I didn't say that. I roster bait. That's just staring at my phone. There's no jerking off a part of it. I just stare at my
Maybe a
phone
little.
and think about the roster, think about the free agency,
Okay.
think about the bench. I don't have the benefit of AI to make these decisions for me. If I
I mean-
did, perhaps I am on your level. Perhaps.
I don't know. I mean, didn't you get almost last in a few of the leagues? You weren't great this year. I'm just gonna say that. I was really good. I've been pretty consistent. Listen, I still have to draft the team. It's not like the team just miraculously appears.
The AI
I draft-
agent helps you with that. Listen. You can have this year. You were better in fantasy.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
Long term, you're better in betting. Short term, both to be decided in the new season. So
Okay.
it's January. It's 2025. We have a new season coming up, just 9 months away, Mike.
I know. And we also have our mutual friend is putting on our playoff gambling pool, which I also won last year. Hopefully going to repeat it this year.
And you just told me before we started the show how you won it. Now tell the people what you did to win it last year.
It's a very simple strategy. I bet Kansas City the entire way. That's all I did. Put all your money on Kansas City. You win, you win, you win, you win. And when they win the Super Bowl, you win all the money.
That would have worked the last 2 years, and we're going for the 3P. I think all the refs in the NFL are putting their money on the Chiefs
Yeah,
in their
definitely.
gambling pools, right?
Yeah.
Because they know who gets the benefit. A lot of people think the Chiefs will win the Super Bowl based on a bad call, which wouldn't be the first Super Bowl that's happened. Just think back to last year and a pass interference that came out of nowhere. So we'll see how that works. We're doing our playoff draft today, Mike. So we're
We
going to
are.
draft all of our teams. This is like our 15th annual, as people know. We're going to draft all the teams in the playoffs on who's more likely to win the Super Bowl. You get to go first because you had the Chiefs. You'll probably take the Chiefs again, and that's
I
fine.
probably will, yeah. I got to take one of the bye teams. Last year, I think I started without a bye team. I think I started with a team that was playing in the wild card.
So you're starting with a bye. So the Chiefs or the Lions. So we're going to get to that draft in a moment, Mike. Today is Black Monday. There's a lot of negative stories out there.
Yep.
There's a lot of teams that are celebrating. Some are going to Cancun for their offseason. Some are
Yeah.
going to the playoffs. But I thought one team had the best Black Monday today of all the news that came out.
Who's
Do you
that?
want to take a guess at who that was, or should I share it?
I don't know. I saw Brian Daboll still New York Giants head coach, which
So it's not the Giants. Definitely the Giants didn't win Black Monday. We'll get to the
Patriots?
Giants. The Patriots, they fired Jerod Mayo, but they didn't win anything because we don't know who their
Okay.
new coach is. There's a clear winner. The Cleveland Browns announced Deshaun Watson had a setback with his Achilles surgery, and they are entering the offseason without a quarterback. They thought
That's
Watson
great.
would be ready, and they are ready to turn the page. They have secured the number 2 overall pick in the
Great.
draft. No coincidence that this news comes out the day after they secured number 2. There's 2 quarterbacks in the draft. Put your rookie QB alert on the Browns because they are moving on from Watson. Who knows if he had a setback or not, but just announcing it has to be the best news they've had in years.
honestly, they should just ship him somewhere. It seems like Pittsburgh likes the rehab players, and then when they get
boy.
loose out of there, they go a little cuckoo. So maybe
Only
they
6
go there.
games that you play well on the rehab tour, and then it goes south really quickly.
I guess it's weird. It's like the Browns have been through so many quarterbacks. You saw like that one thing. It's like how many 45 quarterbacks or something. Bailey Zappi was the last starter this weekend. It's bad over there. I don't even know how you are a Cleveland Browns fan. Like it's so sad to be a fan. Like they have talent. They have things that are good. The defense is good, but it's just like what's going on? It's a mess. I hate it.
Imagine being a fan of these teams like the Browns or the Jets, and you see Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold leading teams to the playoffs, looking amazing, and you're like, wait, we literally drafted that person to do exactly that thing, and it didn't work here, but it works elsewhere. It's almost worse in that situation than never drafting him at all.
It's bad. I thought the best news was for the Patriots. I felt like I really liked Milton playing over the weekend. I like that guy. He was just running around.
But he won. That might not have been good because they would have had the number 1 overall pick if Milton played a little worse.
But I don't know. It's weird. It's like he seems like what Anthony Richardson should have been, and he was like, yeah, Anthony Richardson's done, right? They're gonna get a new everybody's getting a new quarterback. Anthony Richardson needs to go somewhere else. Maybe Seahawks could use a new quarterback. I know Geno hit all these like records, broke his own record, broke Seattle's own record.
He made like $6 million yesterday in one day.
Geno is not good. Geno is not the answer. And
he's making records.
It makes me mad that's how bad quarterback play has been. I don't know what's going on there. It's like I saw these records, like he broke his own record of like passing yards, touchdowns, all this stuff. He needs to go. Get him out of the building. Good for him. Leave it on like hi, you did great for the franchise. Retire. He's an old man. He's my age. I
agree with you, Mike. And you've always been a Geno guy. So for you to turn your back on Geno is a big deal. But the Seahawks head coach kind of did the same thing this morning in a radio interview. I don't know if you saw the clip, but they said, "Will Geno be back next year?" And he kind of had a pause and he said, "Well, I don't know why he wouldn't be. So I guess he is."
Oh.
Not a great endorsement for Geno.
It's just like you see the team. It's not an exciting team. It's like, yeah, you guys are okay. There's no drama over there. Everybody likes each other. You're breaking records, but you're not performing. Like you were leading the division, and now you're not in the playoffs. Something's wrong.
Something's wrong. They won 10 games. They almost made the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know that they should have fired their coordinator or had these words about Geno, but we'll see about the Seahawks. I thought the Patriots, Mike, they should not have won yesterday. They should have lost. Joe Milton did look good. I think Belichick or Robert Kraft did something. He replaced Belichick with Jerod Mayo. And I think what everyone is now aware of is you never want to be the guy that replaces the legend. You want to be the guy who replaces the guy who replaced a legend. And it's very clear that Mayo was never ready. And it seemed like Kraft knew that because he said that today and just wanted to put him in there for a year, tank for another year, get a good draft pick, and now they can bring in a guy they really like Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel's going to go in for sure. And I think there's did you see Rex Ryan? He's going to go back to maybe coaching the Jets.
He said he's very confident he's going to be the next head coach of the Jets.
I don't understand what's going on. He must have some
Don't we have a rule when you sit on a desk on TV for like 8 to 10 years, you can't come back. The game has left you behind, Rex. And he's been on TV for so long. It's like the game passed him by. You're not still on top of the trends.
I guess Sean Payton took that year, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm just going to do the year and then I'm going to go get a new coaching job."
Yeah, gap year is okay. 3 to 5 years, like there's a reason you're out of the game at that point.
How do you feel about Jags firing their coach? I don't know if I thought Mac Jones played better. Maybe they just get rid of Trevor Lawrence too.
Doug Pederson had to go. Trevor Lawrence can't go. He got signed to a lot of money. All the quarterbacks that got signed, Lawrence and Tua and Dak, all the teams regret them. So my lesson for entering the offseason is don't give a big contract out because you're likely to regret it. Do the Sam Darnold 1 year for maybe $30 million, 1 for 30 if that's what it takes. Just pay a lot for short-term deals. You cannot lock yourself in these situations because my team, the Dolphins, the Giants with Daniel Jones for so many years, so many situations, and you're just in this purgatory that you can't get out.
But didn't they cut Daniel Jones? Didn't he still have like a lot of money left on his contract?
They finally did, and they ate the money. The Giants also have a top pick now. Will they go quarterback? We'll see what they do at the top.
I don't know.
But they kept Dayball. That was weird. Both the Giants and the Jaguars, two of the worst rosters we've ever seen in the NFL, both GMs were kept.
Yeah, I don't get it. I almost think it's like maybe you don't want to blow up the whole thing because finding a GM might be kind of hard to find somebody to come in because that almost feels like a full reset. This seems like hey, coaching didn't work out, but we got talent. We can do this. It's like a sales pitch. Like, this is a good car. The engine runs fine.
But the car often breaks down a little bit later when you leave the lot. That's why, Mike, I prefer to go and get a new car because you know it's going to run well for a while and it protects you if it doesn't. So I want the newest car out there, the biggest name from college maybe, someone who's up and coming, who is going to be exciting to drive off the lot, not someone who is broken down on the lot, who I have to drive slow off the lot because it's not working properly. And that's what a lot of these teams did today.
Talking about not working properly, I want to pitch Magic Mind here. I want to talk about Magic Mind. There's our sponsor from a long time ago. They're back in the new year, and this is about working properly. Magic Mind. We just got a case of it. I love it. J-Dog loves it. I don't know how to describe it. How do you describe the feeling when you take it? Like, I remember the day you took it for the first time and you came to me, you're like, this is magical stuff. Like, legit, like, you feel like you're on coffee, but I don't understand. Yeah, it's just like you're on a high almost.
It was no pun intended when I said that for Magic Mind.
Yeah.
Truly, it gave me a superpower throughout the day, but it was also a calming effect where a lot of times coffee, you're jittery, caffeine, you can be jittery. Magic Mind for me really calmed me down, yet allowed me to perform at a higher level. I know I had a great show that day. Check the tape, Mike. I know I had a great show the day I did Magic Mind. We're getting some more Magic Mind in here. It's a new year. I think it's a great time to try it if you haven't before.
Yes.
And if not, it's a great time to keep it going. Maybe part of your New Year's resolutions, a healthy start to the year physically, mentally. This is the time to get involved.
We got a link, 45% off. You can get a whole case of it. Pretty good deal, pretty sweet deal. Just use the code, the Sports Hangover. We're going to put the link in the description. It will also be in the newsletter and in the description of YouTube. So get it, 45% off. You can't miss it. It's also in stores now, which is kind of awesome because sometimes you don't want to wait for shipping. You just want to grab one since awesome. Sprouts, HEB, Erewhon. Once you're in Erewhon, you know you've made it. That's the place to be.
That's true.
But yeah, we love Air. And they also came out with a sleep one. I haven't tried it yet. I'm excited to try it. I think it's coming in the mail tomorrow.
I like the Magic Mind mental performance shot. That's my favorite one so far.
Same. All right, let's talk. All right, so tell me about this. I want to know. I read this article. I don't understand what's happening. Fubo TV, Disney. Fubo TV is like not been acquired by Disney, but they're offering the Hulu Live Sports to Fubo or Fobo, whatever. I don't know what to call it. I don't understand this deal.
What was that name of that clothing brand when we were growing up? Is that Fubu? Is this also Fubu?
I think it was Fubu, and this is Fubo. Yeah.
Okay, so we changed one letter to become a streaming service, apparently.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
So Hulu Live TV is combining with Fubo. Fubo started as like just doing international soccer games. They started adding more and more sports properties. It was an option for people who wanted to cut the cord.
Yeah.
We went to YouTube TV, but some people went to Fubo when they did that because they have like live sports and stuff, and it was probably cheaper. Fubo was suing Disney and Fox and Turner, who are making Venue Sports, which one of our predictions was it's not going to launch well.
It's not going to launch.
Well, we'll see. But one of the reasons people speculate that this deal was announced today for Hulu Live TV to combine with Fubo is because Fubo was suing Disney. Now there's no more lawsuit. The lawsuit is dropped, and Disney and the others can go ahead with Venue. They might be rolling it out next month ahead of the Super Bowl, I heard, which is very surprising. Super Bowl's on Fox. Fox doesn't have streaming, so it makes sense to try to rush the announcement there and get that launched. But that's my takeaway from this one.
Yeah, it seemed a little weird. It's like, all right, so you're offering, but is it actually going to be cheaper? Like, if I'm going to pay $13 a month or $20 a month for Hulu Live TV inside of Fubo TV, I can't even say it.
But Hulu Live TV is like, on its own, it's like YouTube TV. It's like $70, $80, something like that. So Fubo is already $30. Are you combining these? It's going to be like $110, which is more than cable even.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's weird now, too, because the Disney Plus app has all the streaming properties, so I don't even need to open my Hulu app anymore.
It has the ESPN properties, but not the Venue Sports properties like Fox and Turner, right?
Yeah, so I don't even know what's going on anymore. So it's very confusing. I stick with YouTube TV. I might reconsider YouTube TV.
The price hike next week.
Yeah.
It's next week, Mike. I was just going through my bills, and that's hitting next week.
I heard if you go in and you try to cancel, they will offer you a 3-month discount at the same price you're paying right now.
On the website?
If you go in and just say, cancel my account, they'll try to recoup you and give you a deal.
Like it's an automatic flow. So you're just telling everyone if they go to cancel, it's like that's the next page you'll
just get out of there. Yeah. 3 months. I'm sure they're expecting a lot of this. So we'll see. I think next year.
To the test. I want to try this.
I think next year I'm going to try. I thought I could do just YouTube and have the sports package on YouTube without YouTube TV because I think that overall that'd be cheaper. I don't need live TV. Half the time I don't like. What am I going to watch? CNN?
Sports. But sports is what you watch live TV for.
It is, but I feel like there's been a lot of play. But football's on most of the time if I can get that. If that's on YouTube, if I get the package. But then hockey and all that other stuff. But there's hockey on HBO Max. I don't know. Everything's everywhere. It's impossible to figure out how to watch anything.
It's a hard time to figure things out
It
for
is.
sports streaming, but there's smart people involved in that space that are trying to figure it out, Mike.
I hope they figure it out fast. Do you want to talk about the FS1 scandal?
Crazy stuff dropping over the weekend. Very scandalous. Scandal City was born for stories like this. Do you have a few notes from the articles? There's a lot to parse through today. There's a lot of pieces
so I got a few notes. I broke it down. So a hairstylist, cannot pronounce her name, but we'll just call her the hairstylist, accused Skip Bayless of offering her $1.5 million to have sex with her. Pretty high. Yeah, it's crazy
pretty
amount of
high.
money.
Skip makes $8 million a year after taxes. He probably makes $4 million a year. He's giving up something like 40% of his salary for sex with this woman, is what his offer was.
And then I guess he also made repeated unwanted sexual advances, and was like inside the document. It seems like he's like groping and hugging and weird. He seems like he could be that guy. Like that. That's not surprising to me.
Well, it's hard to judge him on a show that he would do that type of action. I don't know if I draw a straight line like that. But what I would say is, it would explain why he mysteriously left the show out of nowhere. It wasn't like a goodbye. It wasn't like his last days next month. This man disappeared from the show, and so this lawsuit might explain why.
And then the next one is against Joy Taylor, which you might have remembered her from The Herd for a little while as like the co-host or voice in the background.
Yeah, she's still on. She's on The Facility right now with Keyshawn Johnson and Michael Irvin on Fox Sports 1. And she's also the brother of Dolphins Hall of Famer Jason Taylor. You might remember him.
I do remember. Yeah. Wow. I didn't know that. So she's named in the lawsuit as well. And she was there because I guess people are saying she slept her way up, right? Where she was like with an executive and she got all this and she just came from bartending and maybe she was on the radio for a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what this, it seems like a crazy lawsuit. It's just like, yeah, she slept with everybody. I'm going to sue as well. I don't understand that part of it. Like sleeping with people isn't illegal. She didn't do anything illegal, but the hairstylist is claiming sleeping with all these people gave her the position.
And she did not protect her when she went to her for help, when maybe the executive that she was dating also molested her or sexually harassed
so
her.
I didn't see that.
So she also named Joy for those reasons, and Joy caught some strays, I think, in the litigation because of Joy's situation and not helping this woman when she needed help. Mike, rarely is the truth uncovered like this in the world of scandalous media. I feel like it's so rare that a lawsuit is brought out, it's unredacted, and it's able to be read about talent, executives. She's currently a host. She's hosting right now. It's not like in the past. Emmanuel Acho's in there. He's hosting a show. The executive, I don't know if he's still there. Very powerful man in sports media. There's other people named as well. So the first thing is, it's crazy that it's all out there as factual because it's also in a lawsuit. So you have to tell the truth in the court of law. So many scandals. We can't even break them down on this show. There's so many angles that this thing took. I saw Awful Announcing broke down like 6 or 7 just pieces of it, paragraphs of the lawsuit.
It's a long document. I tried breaking it down too. There's just like, I got the highlights.
There's so much. Exactly. It's Joy Taylor, who maybe didn't do anything wrong, possibly did something wrong, but also sleeping her way to the top is what she is accused of doing. And then, like you said, Skip Bayless is named, the executive is named, lots of juicy parts to it.
Yeah, kind of crazy. I wonder if is FS1 like a profitable company? Like, are they doing well? Like, it seems like it's just like show that tried to compete with ESPN and then just slowly died away and no one ever watched anything anymore.
I don't know if they're doing well, but I would say declining cable networks, not doing well. You see what NBC is doing with Spinco. You see what Warner Brothers is consolidating. Cable networks, not great.
Not good at all. All right, you want to do the draft?
Let's do the draft, but before we do, 2 teams that won't participate in the draft, I want to shout out. A big winner on Sunday was Bryce Young. He stepped it up. He looks like a real QB again.
He does.
He really turned it around, and we got to give him his props because we were criticizing him very hard on this show.
We were. Listen, I will say it was like week 18. No one really cared anymore, so I don't know if this really counts.
The Falcons were playing for the playoffs, and he beat them in Atlanta. That was impressive. Okay. That was one. Number 2. The Tampa Bay Bucks are going to the playoffs, so we will talk about them. They don't deserve it. They played a shit game against New Orleans at home against one of the worst teams in the league, and they were losing most of the game. They deserve to lose. They deserve to choke. The Falcons should have taken advantage and beat the Panthers. None of that happened, obviously, but the Bucks, I'm not impressed with them heading into the playoffs.
Okay. Well, hey, somebody's got to lose this week, so I guess you're not taking them.
Exactly. All right, let's start the draft. You're going first because you won with the Chiefs last year, right?
All right, I will stick with the Chiefs this year, and I'll claim them as mine.
All right, Mike. I'm
Who you
going
going
to
with?
take. I'm going to take the team that is likely to beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, and it's not someone you think. It's not the Bills. It's the Ravens,
okay.
and Lamar Jackson
Okay.
are my team to dethrone Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, interesting. Ravens haven't won a playoff game in a long time here, so we'll see.
I mean,
if
they
can
play
do
the
it this week.
Steelers, so that streak is finally over.
I know. All right, so I'm going with Detroit. I'm just taking the 2 bye week teams. I'm taking them.
You learned your lesson from last year.
I did learn my lesson. I even ranked them this year. I have my rankings here, so I can easily just pick the team that I'm
Power
ready
rank,
to
you know.
take. Yeah, power ranked.
Well, you just picked 2 teams not playing this weekend, so I'll pick 2 that are, because
Okay.
they all are, except for those
They
2.
all are. All
I
the
guess
other
my
teams are
teams
playing.
have to get through this weekend to match your teams, apparently. But I'll go with the Bills here. Obviously, the Bills are a great team. Ravens, Bills in the second round is my game to watch. I'm so excited already for Lamar and Josh Allen. We've seen Josh Allen Mahomes. We've seen Josh Allen Burrow. We've never seen a Josh Allen Lamar playoff duel. That's what we're setting up for in 2 weeks.
I like that. I'm going with. This is tough. I watched last night's game. I saw Sam Darnold get to the red zone like 100 times, and that man could not throw a touchdown into the end zone at all.
That's true.
Looked
It's like he was
terrible.
trying not to once he
Yeah.
got there.
They should have had like 31 points by the time they went there so many times. Like I think
They
they
get
went
down
like
the
three.
field so easy. His receivers are so open, yet they don't get in the end zone. It's weird.
Looks like I'm just gonna take. I'm gonna take the Vikings. I mean, they're a good team. They've played well. I don't really have a lot of confidence in the rest of the NFC, so I think that's where I'm kind of like, all right, any of those remaining NFC teams could get to that. Maybe not the NFC Championship, but I feel like they're all equal, the same.
So you have the
in that mix.
Lions and the Vikings.
Yeah, somebody's got to win, right?
I know. No, that's good. I think they are the 2 best teams in the NFC. How'd that happen? I guess I got the 2 best teams in the AFC, the Ravens and
Yeah.
the Bills. But if this is a Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl, I'm fucked 2 weeks out.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'll go next. Feeling up some pressure here. My first
Yeah.
NFC team, I guess I'll take one. I'm not impressed with this team, Mike.
Yeah.
I don't really want to take them, but they get probably 2 home games. They start at home this week. It's the Eagles. I don't
Okay.
think they'll be there, but they've played the Chiefs in the Super Bowl before.
I don't love the Eagles. Jalen Hurts still in concussion
hurt.
protocol. Is he going to be able to practice? I felt like what's his name? Is that Mason Rudolph there?
Kenny
He's
Pickett.
there. Oh, Kenny Pickett. One of the former Steeler quarterbacks. He's actually kind of good sometimes.
Like, would the Steelers want him back for this week at this point?
Yes, they would. Yeah, 100%. Maybe our mutual friend was right the whole time.
We'll get to the Steelers in a few minutes way down this draft board here.
I'm gonna go with. I guess I would just go with one more NFC team. I think this team getting hot, feeling the mojo. I don't think they're a great team. I think they're just getting lucky. They're working it. They have a veteran quarterback. Taking the Rams.
Whoa.
That was my ranking. It was Detroit, Vikings, and then Rams. Eagles were under the Rams. I just think they're getting hot. It's weird. It's like they're feeling it. They're moving. And towards the end of the season, they just looked better. The beginning of the season, I would not think they could get this far, but we'll see.
There's a few teams that made mysterious decisions in Week 18, like the Rams, who sat Stafford. They played Jimmy G. They lost. And now instead of playing a team like the Commanders at home, they need to play the Vikings. The Vikings are a formidable team. Several teams kind of messed up their draft order or their playoff selection just to get some rest. I didn't like what the Rams did yesterday.
I feel like it's a good matchup because I think both of them can score and their defenses are kind of weak. So, I mean, Vikings couldn't score yesterday, so obviously you can stop them. But Sam Darnold did look a little rattled last night.
He did. I'll go next. You just took the Rams.
Yeah, I know.
I'll go next. I'm gonna take a QB, another team who I'm surprised that this team didn't try harder to win yesterday. The Commanders. They did win at the end. They beat the Cowboys because the Cowboys didn't want to pay Trent Rush his little bonus. But I'm gonna take Jalen Daniels and see if he gets hot, goes on a little run.
I like that. Is it weird that we're taking all NFC? Are we just most confident in the NFC that's more equal than the AFC? Because I look at the AFC remaining and I'm like, I don't think they got a shot. Like, you're not beating KC Bills or the Ravens. Broncos, Chargers, Texans, Steelers, I don't think you got a shot.
You're totally right. I have the 4 AFC teams. I ranked them all as well. The 4 AFC teams left are at the bottom of my last 4. They're just at the bottom. It's like either I'll bet all my money, Mike, all my money that I have, that the Chiefs, Ravens, or Bills represent the AFC in the Super Bowl.
It's a big bet. Yeah, or if we're gonna go in the pool, you should just do that. You should just say these 3 teams, put all your money.
Just money line, Super Bowl futures on them.
I'm gonna take my last NFC team. I think this is my last one. I'm going with the Bucs. I know they don't play well. They're up and down. Sometimes they surprise you. They beat teams like the Eagles. I think they beat the Commanders before. I think they're a solid team. I think when Baker's hot and cooking, he can do it. So I'm going with the Bucs.
I don't disagree. I just wish they played better yesterday. I wish they played better down the stretch. They lost to Dallas in a must-win a few weeks ago. And now they get the Commanders, who I think the Commanders can absolutely beat them. That's on Sunday night. They got a primetime game. The Bucs are never.
I know. But also it's a rookie too. So that's what I feel like no rookie's ever made it to the Super Bowl, so I don't even want to bet it.
Oh, okay. Jordan Love is not a rookie anymore. He's been around waiting for his moment, and this is his moment. I know Christian Watson tore his ACL. I'll take the Packers and Jordan Love. I think they have a great chance. We're talking about it this week, a great chance to go to Philly and win that game outright.
Did Jordan Love get hurt? Did something happen with his hand or something?
Is he okay?
I didn't look into it. I just thought something happened to him. All right, I'm going with my next highest ranked team underneath the Ravens. I'm going with the Broncos. I know it's a rookie.
Bo Nix.
I know I shouldn't do it. I just feel like Broncos, they're cooking, they're getting hot. Listen, they blew out the Chiefs. There's all backups in there. It didn't really count. But I feel like that is a confidence booster for him going into the playoffs, and I like it.
I like what the Broncos are doing. Bo Nix with all the college experience. Sean Payton, a Super Bowl coach. He's got some weapons. Great. They ran up the score on the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs didn't play anybody. They ran up the score. They embarrassed them, and that was kind of cool. They're not going to go to Buffalo and win. That would be crazy, right?
Well, you never know. If it's snowing, something could happen. Sometimes the Bills are a little off. You never know. I need Josh to win MVP for me. That's what I really need.
Well, Lamar is closing on that, actually, right? Are you worried about that?
I'm not worried about it, but I don't know. I just don't want him to get it.
A few more AFC teams to plow through here. Not real impressed with any of these 3 left. So I'll go with the Chargers. No one talks about the Chargers, but I think they might win that first game against the Texans, and maybe they give the Chiefs some trouble after that.
Well, I'm going to take the next best team, and I'm going to take the Texans.
Yes, Steelers are last. Lou will love it. Our mutual friend will love it. It's the teams we're most confident in to win a Super Bowl, and we combined to have the Steelers last.
We did. I do have a bet on the Steelers, but after the last 3 weeks, I gave up. It's like Russell Wilson, whatever PED he was taking, it wore off. He's out. He needs another break. I know he only played Justin Fields played 6 games, 5 games or something like that.
Maybe less than that. But the crazy thing to me is Justin Fields is still there. He's still present. He's healthy. Why doesn't anyone mention that they should go to Justin Fields?
I think because they know that he's actually bad and they can't score any points. At least Russ. But
he wasn't bad. Watching, maybe he made some mistakes, and they didn't like some throws he made, some decisions. But he wasn't bad.
I felt like he just can't throw the ball well enough to score a lot of points. I always felt like it was the defense holding it together when he was playing.
I actually fundamentally disagree with that. There are not many quarterbacks available this offseason as free agents. I have Justin Fields as a number 2 free agent quarterback after Darnold.
Wow. Right? It's big.
It's not a good list. It's going to be like Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins. It's really not a good list.
Sounds like Miami might get a nice backup quarterback over there.
Miami needs a number 1 quarterback, and Tua can be the backup.
This is a big weekend, Jeremy. Lot of gambling. Saturday, Sunday, and is there Monday? Is it a Monday game, right?
Yeah.
Monday game too.
3 nights in a row.
A lot of football.
And don't forget college football Thursday, Friday leading up to it. Mike, Thursday to Monday. Get your bets in.
I got a bet. I was going to go through the bets here, but you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait until next week once everybody settles in, wild card's over.
Like after the games are over?
Yeah, after that. I'm going to for next weekend's games. I feel like this week is tough because you could look at all these teams and say, yeah, there's better teams. Like, are you going to play the spread or are you going to play the money line? Because I'm going to play I would go Bills. I would go Eagles. I would go Bucks. Like, I would just take the favorites. And I don't think now what the season has showed me, favorites are hitting at a 70% cover rate, which annoys me.
Really?
So
there's not many big lines this week. There's a lot of 3-point lines. Of course, the Steelers are favored to lose by 9 or so. But other than them, it's looking like good games.
yeah. So I just, if all the favorites win again, it's going to annoy me so much. So see how it goes.
How about this? In the NFC, there's 3 games this weekend.
Mhm.
I would put a money line bet on all 3 underdogs to parlay. I think all 3 dogs have a chance to win. All the lines are pretty small, 3 to 4 points. I'm talking about the Commanders. I'm talking about the Packers. And I'm talking about the Vikings.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know. It's just such a weird week, and the lines are real sharp. Like, Ravens already played Steelers too, so it's like we already know what they do. It seems like this week might be a favorite week, unfortunately.
You're right.
We'll see.
You're right. We'll see about that. We actually disagree. If I had to lump in 2 groups of quarterbacks on the NFC side, just real quickly. The ones who are at home, the 2, 3, 4 seeds are Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Baker Mayfield. That's on one side. The dogs are Sam Darnold, Jalen Daniels, and Jordan Love. The dog quarterbacks might be better than the home quarterbacks in those games.
I agree, but I do think there's some issues with the dogs lately. Like, we saw Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, not Jalen,
Jordan Love. Hurt.
Jordan Love.
I see.
Seems like they got issues lately leading up to the playoffs. So we'll see.
We're coming at it from 2 different places, so we'll know. We'll know by Monday's show.
Yeah, we will. Well, we're going to keep track of our playoff pool. We should put our bets. We should once we place our bets on the weekend, we should put it into the newsletter on Monday, show everybody what we did or on the weekend. Check out thesportshangover.com. Also subscribe to us. Go to Substack. If you want to email, if you just want your email to open up and you got a whole podcast, the description of it, check it out there. YouTube for all the clips, and TikTok. Check us out. Just search Sports
Mike, great job with the Substack. It's so self-contained. It's so simple. You enter your email one time and you get the video of the pod. You get the audio. You get it in text form. It's like however you want to consume it. You can then choose how you get it. So it's been
perfect.
great.
Yeah. So check it out. Just search Sports Hangover. All right. Good show. See you.